This is Isolation Comedy by Comedy Wham. And if you don't know what that is, they do podcasts, shows like this. This actually happens every Friday, and every time that it's not Isolation Comedy, there's something different, something new. Give it a look. See on Instagram. You know what? Share it. What else you got to do? Where are your friends? Get them inside. If they're going to the UT football game, which is going to have 18,000 people, Ben, 18,000 people tomorrow congregating in Austin. I need to get the fuck out of here. Okay. Oh, oof, God, thank you. I needed to get that off me. I've been posting less on Facebook because I'm like, it keeps me from being negative, but it really just keeps me from getting out of me. And I boil inside myself. Hey guys, this is a comedy show. If you're just joining us, we got an amazing show. Invite your friends, isolationcomedyshow.com. You know it. You're already here. And thank you for having us inside your house. This next comedian, all right, been a finalist at Bangkok International Comedy Competition in 2019 and runs a comedy show called I Laugh KL. Give it up for Juliana Hang.
Thanks, Colton. Hi, everyone. I'm Juliana from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Anyone been to Kuala Lumpur before? Great. For those who haven't, you did not miss much. We are just the Asian version of Detroit. I have autism. Autism happens when one part of the brain grows faster than others. For me, it's my forehead. Well, less of a forehead, more of a five head. When I was 5 years old, I have not started speaking. My mom brought me to see a doctor. The doctor said, Mrs. Heng, your daughter is like a proton car. The power window to her brain does not work. If you're wondering what a proton car is, it is Malaysia's national car that we are still learning to be proud of. It's been 30 years. The power window still doesn't work. We purposely made it that way so that Singaporeans won't claim it. Because of my power window problem, I'm a bit slow. When you all listen to jokes, you will laugh immediately. I will laugh a bit later. Tomorrow. Similarly, if you are not laughing right now, don't worry. You are just like me. This kind of reminds me of your president, Donald Trump. Every time a Daily News reporter asked him a question, he only tweeted back a reply at 3 a.m. By the way, this twerp is still saying that the COVID-19 is the Chinese bad flu. I may be Chinese, but don't worry. You won't get the COVID-19 from me through Facebook Live. But because I'm autistic, you might get it later. So people can be unkind at times. I once had a boss who told me, Juliana, you don't look autistic. And I told him, what a coincidence. You don't look like a boss. People also say, Juliana, you have autism. Does that mean that you have commitment issues and you're unable to hold down a full-time job? That's not true. My commitment issues and my job issues has nothing to do with my autism. I'm just a shitty person. I was an accountant. I quit. I hated it. It's so boring. Yes, I'm an Asian autistic person who hates maths. People also say that I do mix up. Do I mix up numbers? I was like, yeah, I do mix up numbers. When my boss asked me to book a room for 10, I actually book a room for 1. And yes, the meeting has to be cancelled. And the next time, I made sure I book a room for 1,000 people. Because no one ever complained of having too much. There will always be rooms for belts, ties, and ass kisses. And the thing is, I tried to improve my communication skill. Went for a workshop. I learned that if you want people to listen to you, start a sentence with congratulations. So I put that into practice immediately. Congratulations! You have all the time you want in your life. You are fired. Congratulations! You don't need to pay rent anymore. You are going to jail. Congratulations! You can stay in bed as much as you want. You have COVID. So the thing is,
Oh no.
Vaccine actually causes autism, but thanks to COVID-19, people are actually demanding for a vaccine. There is a conspiracy theory that states researchers have already found the vaccine for COVID-19. Just that they are still finding out how this vaccine can cause autism. Since when autistic people become so in demand? And yes, I volunteered to be part of their pilot testing. And today I can say I am super autistic. I'm so autistic that now I'm off the spectrum. So speaking about laughter, according to laughteronlineuniversity.com, there are 15 types of laughter ranging from the softest to the loudest. As an autistic, I can only pick up 3 types of laughter. The first one goes like this. Ha 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 ha. That's the real laughter. The second one goes like this. It's the polite laughter, which means you suck. And I pity you. And the third type of laughter goes like this. It's the laughter of Singaporeans. So people say that, Juliana, you have autism, you cannot drive. That's not true. I'm a very conservative driver. My maximum speed limit is only 50 miles per hour on the oncoming lane. Even better, I'm actually an Uber driver back home in Asian Detroit. Don't worry, the power window to my car works. Uber sent a message to my passengers informing them that I'm disabled. I appreciate them for doing that, but there's a problem. They did not state what kind of disability I have. Because of that, every time I drive up to my passengers, they will cancel on me when they see me in sunglasses. Thank you.
Thanks.
Juliana. I love that you just kept on making fun of Singaporeans. I've never heard anyone rap on Singaporeans more. I usually just default to Italians, but I love it. There's yeah, so great. Thank you so much for being on here. We have an amazing show, and if you're just joining us, thank you for being here. All right, this next comedian, his debut album and comedy special, I Can't Die, from Stand Up Records, is on iTunes, and the video special is on Vimeo. Give it up in your own house. Clap, clap, clap. This is the hairpin. Give it up for Ryan County.
Oh, hello, Isolation Comedy. I am a little. I'm a little far away from home from where I'm normally at. I might be yelling here. Here's the deal. I signed up for. Are y'all familiar with Omaze? Omaze. You donate money and then you can hang out with celebrities. Well, guess what? Your boy won the Omaze giveaway, and it was Elon Musk, and I am number one headed to Mars. I am in a individual space shuttle right now. I've been here for about 3 weeks, and it's a trip. It's a trip. It's really lonely. And I heard, there's a lot of political talk going on. And here's the thing. Before I get all silly, here's the thing. I know there's a lot of people out there that, a lot of my fans, a lot of my friends, a lot of my family, a lot of strangers, just in general, there's a lot of people out there, and a lot of people expect me when I grab a microphone, when I'm on a comedy show, I'm gonna be silly, I'm gonna be goofy. And I'm exclusively going to talk about politics. So I guess let's just get into it. I am a pretty serious political politician. And here's the thing. I don't know what y'all have been seeing on the news, but like these, I'm sorry, Joe Biden, but that's a cup of Joe I don't want grande size. Do you know what I'm saying? Trump, I don't feel like I need to say anything about that whole rotten kumquat, but I think Elon. I think we should go Elon. And I'm not saying that because he did just pay about $3.5 billion to shoot me off into Mars to be the first one landed. I'm saying that as, I like his name. And I'm sick of doing this shit. I'm sick of this. I'm always coming on this show and I'm lying to you. Y'all, I live under a bed now. I'm not in a spaceship. I'm not flying out to Mars. I can't even get out of California. I got kicked out. I got evicted out of my apartment about 3 weeks ago, and they have no idea that I have been living under the bed that I used to sleep on for those 3 weeks. I have been using I guess he's the person. They had a new roommate move in to take my place, and I've been using their razor. and I've been kind of shaving. It's an old biker, kind of like an old biker. Y'all think of Tim Allen in that old Wild Hogs movie? Kind of a tough old biker kind of guy. Big old thick hog. You know, he sits on a big old thick hog, rides it around, the wheelies and stuff, you know. So I've been using his shaving kit and dressing like him, and thinking about 3 more weeks. I think he just got home. Thinking about 3 more weeks, I'm just going to completely take over his identity. His name is Brandon Lee. But I don't even know anymore. You know, I just don't even know. 2020, it's like all I wanted to do by 2020, all I ever wanted to do was get my father to fully appreciate me. It took me I'm 31 years old. It took me 15 years before I could get my father to say I love you. And maybe y'all can help. Maybe who's ever like DM me after this. It took me 15 years to get him to say I love you, right? It took about another, I'd say 10 years. I was 25 when he hugged me for the first time. And I think a hug is a huge step. So, and that by 2020, how can I get my dad to kiss me on the lips? I feel like that's the ultimate form of father-son love, and this year just absolutely sucks exclusively for that reason. The only reason 2020 sucks is because my dad hasn't kissed me on the lips. My dad, Kevin County, hasn't gone lip to lip. And I'm not talking about like nothing weird. Like I'm not asking him to like kiss his fingers and then like trace my lips with the same fingers and then trace my heart and then softly kiss the tip of my nose and then kiss my mouth. I'm not nothing weird like that. I'm talking like a good game kind of slap on the ass, mouth to mouth kiss with a little tongue from my dad. And I don't know. I just feel like it's weird in my group of friends. And I think at this age, like all of my friends have sucked their dad's tongue and I haven't. And it's like, it's Kevin. That's my dad, Kevin. And he's a Midwest. I come from the Midwest. He's a cargo shorts wearing kind of guy. So I get it. He's a rough and tumbler. He's got plenty of big dogs. I'd say a third of his closet is big dog tees. All 100% Corvette related big dog tees. And then the another third of that is just regular, cool, classic Corvette T-shirts. And then the other third of that is, you know, it's got some sort of American flag on it, and it says, "I'll help you pack" in some sort of way. Whoa, what is happening? I'm literally not doing that. Are you giving me the like? Can you do that like that? I'm just out here trying to talk about lip kissing my dad, and you're giving me you somehow hacked the $30 light system I bought back in March, thinking that, hey, this quarantine ain't going to be that bad. This will be fun. I'm going to spend money on that and put it under my bed. Nobody's coming in here to have sex with me anyways, so why not have some fucking light under your bed? And now you're hacking me. Oh, my God, this year. I'm done with this year. And it's like the thing that really blows my mind with my dad is like he's gay. So I feel like everybody explains it, but the light noise is wah 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 wah. So I said my dad is gay, and the light just happened, and I thought this was a little more woke of a show. I thought it was going to be more of an applause break when I said my dad's gay. But I said my dad's gay and he won't kiss my tongue. So it's like he has standards. He's like a good person as well as gay. Not that that's the you can not that those two don't often go together. Oh God, cancel me already. Here's the deal. I'm gonna say something totally inappropriate, and that just so I can get canceled because I can't. I got nothing else to live for anymore. So I apologize. Is gonna be totally off my normal kind of humor. It's gonna be totally rated, but I just think the new NBA 2K21 just kind of stinks. And I've been playing it for like a week, and I'm sorry, it stinks. So later, cancel me. I'm done. NBA 2K20. I'm still gonna play for the rest of the year, but I genuinely I can't. I'm stuck under my bed. Oh God! And my stepbrother's coming. No.
Hey guys. Thank you for tuning in. We have a couple more comedians left. This next comedian is coming from a sauna. Give it up all the way from Denver, Phil Cordor.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Greetings from my humidor. I'm living in a humidor now. No, I'm in West Yellowstone, Wyoming. My internet connection is very unstable, but I'm up here working. Yeah, I'm essential as fuck. I'm actually the 8th richest comedian in the world right now. It's pretty cool. Is anybody even still quarantining anymore? Doesn't feel like it. I'm in Yellowstone National Park, and everybody is from Texas, California, and Florida, just hanging out. Like everything's fine, so fuck it, I guess. No, this pandemic has probably been the best thing that's ever happened to me. I've I haven't had this much money like in my life because everything's closed. I can't go to any bars. My alcoholism has been reduced to twisted tea with dinner. And yeah, I'm like scrolling on Facebook, and you know those things, those ads. They're like, oh yeah, I heard you the other day. You were talking about this. Do you want it? And so I'm like, yeah, I do fucking want it. And so I have about 12 Bluetooth speakers. I have 18 pairs of headphones. So life is great. I do this thing. I told myself I wasn't gonna do this thing. Like I play this game called Humanitarian Roulette, and that's where I take in a random person and see how long I live. And it's pretty crazy. My latest round, of course, I won. Well, like, there's only one way to win the game. Like, I have to kill the guy, or girl. No. But no, I let this guy stay in my apartment while I'm here in Yellowstone, and it was like the worst thing ever. I even opened up my laptop right now, and it's like, oh yeah, everything's corrupted. We're fixing your hard drive real quick, and but it works now. Uh, I don't care. My identity's already been compromised. Um, I'm just, taking all the decoys I can. So, uh, man, this I haven't done a lot of Zoom shows, and I'm surprised I haven't quit comedy yet. But this is great. Uh, do you guys enjoy trap music? Uh, it's a little bit too much for me. Uh, I think it's another thing that the Illuminati has done, uh, to just keep black people crazy. Because if I listen to too much trap music, like I feel like a sleeper agent or something. Like it's like, oh my gosh, I gotta fuck bad bitches and sell drugs and contemplate murdering somebody, or maybe just murder somebody for fun and then rap about it. Um, actually, I can't rap at all. I can't really dance either. I actually lack most of the motor skills that black people are born with. So it sucks for me. Uh, but it is like pretty catchy. Have you ever heard Japanese trap music? That's some pretty crazy stuff. I was looking at this one song. It was translated to English at the bottom, and it was really interesting because they were like rhyming Japanese words, and then just their flow was tight. It was sick as frick. Um, but yeah, and at the bottom, the translation was like, uh, "My crew is so tight, nobody's tighter than my crew," and even though the sun continues to rise, only shadows will fall upon your hopes and aspirations. Also, there's a lot of chicks in here. Blah, blah. Uh, it was, and so yeah, that's what I listen to now. I just listen to Japanese trap music. They don't say the N word, so that's cool. Uh, yeah, I listen to Japanese trap and white rappers exclusively. Um, but I was thinking, a lot of my white friends enjoy the trap music and they want to sing along, and they're like, "Oh, I can't say the N word." I'm like, whatever, dude. It's like America. You can do whatever you want. And, but, like what I suggested was, why don't you say Nilla instead? You know, like it fits, same syllables. It fits in every one of your favorite trap songs. Um, I feel uncomfortable saying it, so you're ready to go. So everybody here, try it. crank the Tupac and the Biggie, and just sing your heart out. um, but yeah, I think like the most. I think it's really not the N word, but I think it's just the G's in the N word that are offensive. I feel like they're really abrasive. And like I think that's what we need to do. We got to get rid of the G's. We got to get rid of all the G words because like midget. That sounds offensive. I know we may have all met a Genevieve, and we all know she's very unkind. Um, also, the worst of all is ginger. It's like the worst derogatory slur ever because, it's an anagram of the N word. So, so let's just think twice before you see your favorite redheaded friend, you know? All right, I'm gonna go smoke some cigars. And if you guys were wondering, Philip actually means lover of horses. So I'm in the right Zoom meeting, I guess. All right, thanks for having me, guys. I'm gonna watch the rest of you. Okay, bye.
Phil Corridor, how fun. I listen to trap music too, but to be honest, wow, I was lost so much of that shit. I was like, good, music's important for the soul. You have to stay positive and your chin up. And that's why this next comedian is important. But let me get to the challenge that I challenged the audience to do, because we got a PayPal donation. And this is my view. I believe this. Joe Rogan is the best thing to happen to Austin since COVID. So that is my belief, and I believe it. And thank you for listening to my viewpoints. This next comedian it has released an album called 30 Seconds to France. They were starring in a movie. I cannot remember the name, but I'm sure it's very important. He's so beautiful. We all want to kiss him. Okay, give it up for Jared Leto McCorkle. Oh, Jared Leto McCorkle, you're scared. Oh man. He did say he gave me the credits. He's so beautiful. We all want to kiss him. For the record, I want to say that. So I didn't say anything uncouth. Anyways, we're just gonna catch the next comedian who, you know what? You've seen her at the Comedy Store. You've seen her at the Ice House. You've probably seen her on Jimmy Kimmel Live. Give it up for Julie Weidman.
Woo-hoo-hoo. Hello, guys, 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 guys. How are you enjoying this marathon of bad news? It's just like the shit doesn't stop. You know what I was thinking? It would be a great time to be an armadillo. You just be like, shut it down for a couple months. The West Coast is on fire. It's all on fire here. So I reached out to so many people today and I was like, can you not breathe? You have a bad headache? Is your house burning down? I'm like, but you can still stream the show from your phone, the comedy show from your phone, right? Like you have access to Venmo, don't you? But the real question is, will this finally quell the fascination with the fucking fire emoji? Please, something. It's not fire. Please, no more fire. Has anybody been killing the pain with weird Google searches? I can't even say it. Google, search Google. I started with Anita Baker, Rapture, and then it was just like 6 hours of R&B from the 80s and 90s, just like, baby girl, I wanna kiss you on a black sand beach, oh, baby girl, I wanna hold your hand. Your sweaty, sweaty hand. It's always like candles, like chocolate, like handhold. I don't know. That's not romance to me. I'm a simple girl. Like, buy me a vegan pizza and give me a stern talking to. Like, that's top shelf sexy to me. So I was talking to my mom. She's been having a lot of different pain issues, and I said, well, why don't you try marijuana? You know, people are using that a lot for, you know, and she was like, well, smoking it. And I said, well, you can have edibles. And she's like, oh, I did that already. She's like, my grandson, my nephew, gave her some edibles. And so she ate a little, she did, you know, the thing that we know all the newbies do, where she ate some, then ate some, then ate some, and then was tripping her balls off. And I said, Mom, you have to understand, Mama. It's so easy to go from edible to regrettable. You gotta be careful. Woo! This is like my favorite Simon and Garfunkel song. The sound of silence. Okay. You know how we were banging the pots and pans for healthcare workers? I think, yes. Oh, more people. Yes, Julie. I remember. I think we got to bring, since school started, we got to bring that back. In the evening, for the parents, we will bang the pots and pans for 15 minutes while you beat your children. We will cover the sound. Have at it. And then I'll come up with something for the kids, because it's only fair. Like, I don't know, some gummy edibles or something. We got to make it fair, you know, because it's got to be tough for the kids, man. They didn't even get a Halloween this year. That's brutal. You guys heard that? I think it's a King James version of the Bible. Not like I'm a Bible person, but I somehow know that. We're going to start now. We're segueing into, I'm going to talk about Jesus with you guys. I want to introduce you to someone very important to me. I thought it was a good time to convert people during a pandemic. So that's why I'm here, through comedy, jokes in Christ. But anyway, it's blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. You know, the meek are like, oh my God, are they coming over here trying to give us the earth? I don't want it. They're like, we don't want it. It's trash. Like, how do I say no? Thank you. Then they're like stuck. They're like, well, maybe we could re-gift this shitty earth. Woo. I read somewhere that a pig's orgasm can last up to 20 minutes. Have you guys heard this?
No.
Now we know why bacon tastes so good. It makes you feel so good. But I'm one of those, you know, that I'm a vegan, you know, very, very popular group, well liked, so annoying. I never mention it. I really don't, because people get butthurt fat. Like, they think either you're trying to convert them or there's some kind of judgment. I don't care. Whatever you do, you eat meat, great. But there's always, and no offense to the gentleman here, there's always one dude who's like, dude, man, I cannot imagine not eating meat. Like, shit, if that's the limitations of your imagination, you got bigger fish to fry than not eating meat. Like, you got bigger, but like, could you imagine role playing with that guy? He's like, oh, a schoolgirl? Oh, I can't see it. You're like, administrative assistant. Well, okay. What company do you work for? How long have you worked there? Have you had proper HR training? I don't know. Somebody just put me on fire. What else did I want to tell you guys? Oh my God, have you gotten that crappy sanitizer, hand sanitizer? I got mine from Home Depot because I was doing a project. It smells like the worst tequila you ever drank. That nobody's, it's brutal. I put some on a while ago and I was like, oh my God, that smells like freshman year. It just smells like regret and bad decisions. Like, I will be eating a chili cheeseburger and getting sick in your car later. I am sorry, post-dated. I'm so sorry, post-date that. What else? Where am I on time? I think did I hit the 30 seconds? Well, it's a good time to let Jesus into your heart, into your minds. I really enjoyed being here with you guys. And my name is Julie Weidman. Looks like Weed Man. If you want to say that, okay, do it. Follow me on social media. Send these beautiful people here that work on this show, Venmo them cash money. And yeah, keep fighting the good fight.
Julie Wayman. You guys, if you are turning to Jesus right now, there is a hotline for you. It's called Don't Do That at All. There are enough churches. I've heard people be like, hey, what's up with all this property tax? Because I live in Austin. There's all this property tax. And I'm just like, hey, how about we convert some of these churches? Am I right? If we want a conversion, why don't we convert some of these churches into more parking? that's the hill I'm going to die on, Jesus. What hill did you die on? Coming back to the stage. He's a coward. Came back. He decided that he was going to grow up. I don't know. I have to say to him, I always feel hostile because he's really good at mean things and I'm not good at saying mean things. So I'm just gonna bring him back. Here's Jared McCorkle. He's come back to the stage. Give it up for Jared McCorkle.
Yeah, I think it's Golgotha. That's the name of the hill, you piece of shit. No, that was super weird. I don't know if it made it to the audience. My internet cut out right before everything, like I was supposed to start, and it's a bad sign. I think that's probably because of all the shit I'm about to say. It's always weird being on the show, by the way. It's always like a reason that I get booked or whatever, and it's usually because I get like somebody dropped or something like that. But I think this time it's just because it's 9/11, and Colton knows I'm a really big fan of that. But it's look, I mean, it is still not. It's 23 March. It's still 9/11. Still time to make a wish or whatever. And no, seriously, I do think 9/11 has something to do with it because I am a veteran. That's true, of the Iraq War. You're welcome, I guess, or sorry, depending on how that shakes down or whatever. But it was weird. Like, it's weird when people because people will thank me for my service sometimes, which is super fucking weird because like I had this thing that I did when I was in the military where I declared conscientious objection. Which, if you don't know what that means, that's when you lie to the army so you don't have to fight or whatever. And everybody hated me in my unit, not surprisingly. And it was a really weird thing, the things they would say, because they would be like, you're a fucking commie and you're a pussy and you're a faggot. And it's like, that's all true. Every one of those things is true. But like, that's not the way they say it is kind of fucked up. Anyway, so that's my obligatory 9/11 stuff. it's weird. It's a weird time for everybody. I think we can agree. I know this is going to be a bit regional or whatever, so I'm sorry to do local stuff. But like I used to be an Austin comic, used to live there, and my heart goes out to Austin because like they've had to resort. They're mostly on a Joe Rogan based economy right now, which I think is a very scary thing for everybody involved. I'm actually, I feel so bad for my local, like my fellow Austin comics or whatever, that I'm trying to provide a service. I have a martial arts background. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you some rudimentary jujitsu so you can pretend to like it and then you can still get booked. So that's what you'll want to do. Just be like, yeah. I'll be like, hey, it's a rear naked choke. Okay. Joe Rogan has your comedy career in a rear naked choke. And that's so what's going on? Obviously COVID is going on for all of us. I took the test recently. Have you guys are probably taking the test. I didn't need to. I was locked up, but I finally took the test, and god damn it, because it's like they stick it so far down your pee hole that it's just so bad. And I like really, but that Subway doctor said they had to do it, so they did it, and it turns out I'm still waiting for those results. I'm a barista, which is ridiculous because it's like, I guess you count as an essential worker technically or whatever. And I have to deal with people not wearing their masks all the time. It's really annoying. Like the masks generally are frustrating because people will come up and you can't understand what they're saying if they have a mask on sometimes. And if they don't have a mask, you always know what they're saying. And they're saying, fuck you. And I think that's awful. Other horrible news for me. My boyfriend, ex-boyfriend. God, that's awkward. My ex-boyfriend just got engaged. So I'm voting for Donald Trump now. That's what I think. I've been told that's what you do when you fucking just hate people. And I'm just going to direct it at him. And by the way, it's weird for me about Donald Trump because it occurred to me like he's such a fucking piece of shit that even when he does good stuff, people don't give him credit for it. Right. Like, so for instance, like there's gotta be something like I found out that he was going to withdraw 11,000 troops from Germany. And I'm completely for that, because I don't think we need boots on the ground. I feel like a drone war and just sustained carpet bombing will do it. And we can whip them into submission. And who gives a shit because they're German. The funny thing is I had like 4 fuck German jokes, but who's got the time now? Just like, but kill them is what I'm saying. By the way, this is a really unfortunate time to start looking like Chris D'Elia. I really regret that because I would not have sex with a 17-year-old girl or any girl. So just the girl thing. But I was thinking too about just like this weird move that I realized I wish I was a straight white male comic. Because I noticed they have this cool move that they can do where if they start dating someone of a different ethnicity, they just get to do jokes making fun of that ethnicity. It's like this weird like workaround program or something like that. It's like, because I'll be like, oh, I'm dating this Puerto Rican girl or whatever, and they just start making fun of Puerto Ricans. And I'm not that I want to do that, but it just seems like, I don't know, like a get out of jail free card. Like even people like John Mulaney, does that. He's like, my wife's a Jew or whatever, and like, they steal or whatever. It's just fucking bullshit. It's bullshit because the implications of it are ridiculous because it's sort of like you shouldn't make fun of ethnic people unless you're fucking them. Then you can make fun of them and it's fine. And given those circumstances, I just want to tell you, I'm really happy to announce that I am getting married to 14 different men, all of a different ethnicity. I can do whatever I want. My love life is going to be a rainbow coalition of getting away with shit. It's going to be really, really fun. What else can I tell you guys? This is really stupid, but I feel like I'm an ignorant person. I don't know anything. Not really. Not I kind of clever, but like I don't know facts about the world. I found out this is dumb. Did you know that Hindu people can have dairy? That is like I felt like it would just be implied that they could not have it. But it may like because I was like, well, they can't, kill cows or whatever, so they shouldn't be able to do that. But I was like, well, it actually does make sense. It's very analogous to Christianity because in Christianity it is a sin to kill Jesus, but you can drink his milk. There's not a single thing that's bad. What else can I say? Speaking of which, like a lot of you, like I've been staying inside a lot, and that means I've been jacking my dick a lot, jacking it, and I mostly to the porno that Colton sends me, that he makes. It's great, it's fine, and and here's the thing that I think is hilarious, is that there's this thing, and I think most people know about this. It's not like it's new to me, but it's just like occurred to me that there's this thing called gay for pay. Okay. And I don't mean like, because I was, gay porno or whatever. I don't mean the gay porno where it's like gay guys pretending to be straight. It's like, oh, throw me that football or whatever. Like, okay, yeah, it's fine. It's not. I don't believe you. Just suck his dick or whatever. Okay. So it's like not that. I'm talking about the one, and it's apparently real, is that it's the straight dudes that have sex, gay sex for money, like for like movies, which to me, like somebody was telling me about this, like we're having a conversation, and they were like incredulous. They were like, oh, it's not fucking true. And they're faking it. And that may be true, but I chose to go the other way with it, which is just be impressed that they can do that. Can you imagine, like, because here's the thing. We all know this. We don't talk about it. It's hard to fuck. It's hard to fuck good and look good while you fuck. And like, they're great at it. They're amazing. Can you imagine? But they don't want to do it. They have to be naturals. They have to just be. Can you imagine finding out that you're that good? It's not, the other sports aren't like that, where just all of a sudden you realize like you grab the pole vault for the first time and you just fucking clear it, the fucking Olympic level, and you're like, gross or whatever. So it's fucking weird. I think I got the sad sound. It's just gonna be me. I got to do my guys who were straight, sucking and fucking joke, and because I think I'm smart. So I'm just gonna end on that. Happy 9/11, guys. Love you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Jared Leto McCorkle, rear naked chokehold me, Lieutenant Dan. There you are, you son of a bitch. Never come for me again. I'm a veteran too. I'm a lieutenant colonel in Call of Duty, and boy, oh my God, online gaming is so fun for me. Those children say terrible words. I'm like, watch your mouth, and they're always like, you're a pussy. And the thing about that is, every time online somebody goes, you're a pussy, the other person goes, no, you aren't, you are. And then they'll be like, you're a very deep pussy. And the other person will be like, no, you are. And I've decided that I'm just going to start going, yeah, I am. I'm pussy. Stop it. No. And it's not going to help my kill ratio. And I'm sorry, team, for losing plunder. Any specifics we got going on there? Hey, that's been Darren. We have one more comedian left. This has been Isolation Comedy Show. If you're just joining us, you're too fucking late, but you've saved yourself one comic, and next time you'll do better, I'm sure. But if you feel guilty, for sure, join in here with the money game. Oh, guilty money. And I'll say whatever you want. By the way, if you attach a message to money, I'll read it, no problem. And I'm sure this next comic will too. They are the host of 4th and 10 podcast. Give it up for Nathan Owens.
Yeah.
Oh, thank y'all so much for having me. This is great. It's gonna be super weird, but let's get into it. Man, 2020 has been really terrible for a lot of people, and I don't know how to talk to anybody about it. I got married in April, so in a pretty good year over here. I don't know I can't connect with anybody. Like, people be like, oh, it's awful. Like, I had a rough April. I'll be like, oh yeah, like when that woman that I love pledged her life to me, like, oh, what a weird time. I was really excited to get married because a lot of comedians that I like have these amazing jokes about their wife. I'm so excited to like write those. And then we got married, and we're in quarantine, so we never go anywhere. So I have no idea how long it takes you to get married, to get ready. So there goes all those jokes. She's never been shopping because we're being very safe. So I have no idea how to write any jokes about marriage. It's awful. Tried to write one the other day. I guess we'll just try stuff here. It's like, you know, the husbands can get this. Like, your wife ever been like, take out the trash, you know? And you're like, why? And she's like, because your shoes are on. And I don't want to get my hands dirty because I'm starting dinner. And you're like, women. So it's tough. It's been a weird transition for me. This is the first time I've ever had to protect a house. That is brand new for me. I don't know how to do it. I hope nobody ever challenges me on it. I just have a baseball bat. I don't have like a gun. I just have a baseball bat next to the bed. So we're in a lot of trouble. Like, we're not going to be safe at all. Like, unless we get robbed by a pitching machine, then I'm ready. I'm ready to defend this house. If that's what happened. I've never had to do that before. Last place I lived, I had roommates, and I was in the back of the house, furthest away from the door. And the guy that was up front had a gun and a dog. So, like, if robbers got to me, my plan was just to help them. Like, that was all I had. They would just be like, oh, you made it here? What do you guys want? Like, this looks all great. Lift with your knees. This is awesome. Are you guys parked out front, out back? Let me know. Let's get this. Work smarter, not harder, guys. Come on. It was weird. We didn't set up the house well. We didn't set up like a video game where like it gets tougher. Like, I wasn't a boss battle. Like, if anything, like, I'm the character at the end of the game that tells you you've won and shows you all your prizes. Like, that's what it was. It was like, you made it. Look at this. So much fun. So it was weird. It was interesting. One of my cousins pulled me aside when I got engaged, and he told me to be careful because marriage is only beneficial for women. And I was like, I don't think that's true. And now that I've been married, I know it's definitely not true. Before I got married, I was alternating using 2 towels. One was a towel I had stole from my parents' house, and the other was an Atlanta Braves beach towel. So I would say marriage has been pretty beneficial for me. I now have several towels. They're usually clean. I have pillowcases that match my sheets. So it's been pretty good, pretty beneficial for me. I also have a house. So I don't know. It's been really interesting. She loves true crime. She's a huge fan of true crime podcasts. And I don't know. I don't get it. They stress me out. She loves them, though. We were listening to one the other day, and she shushed me and went to turn it up. I was like, oh my gosh, what's going on? She goes, wait, this happened 2 streets down from our house. And I was like, nope, we don't want crime podcasts to be more relatable. That's not the episode we're gonna listen to. That's terrifying. I don't know. I'm not a fan. She was listening to one the other day, and it was the daughter of a serial killer is going around and interviewing the families of her father's victims. I don't like to talk to people I went to high school with. So I imagine it's pretty awkward. I don't know. The theme song of this podcast is probably just like a sigh. I would assume it's like a sigh. Like, really? Another episode? Thanks, Dad. This is the worst. She said it's really cool, though. She said a lot of times, like, they bond over the shared trauma. And she said sometimes they become friends. I was like, friends? That's not a friend I ever want to introduce to any other friend. Like, I don't know how you do it. You can't be at a Christmas party and it's like, how do you know Lauren? It's like, oh my gosh, crazy story. Remember how my brother was murdered? Yeah, her dad. What? Small world. Oh man, get over here. She tells it so much better than I do. I do think what's weird is she's listened to a bunch of these and she's talked to me about them all. I don't know. I think true crime has missed one murder in particular. I've never heard a true crime podcast on the murderer Cain, who killed his brother Abel. I don't know. He murdered 25% of people on Earth. Those are numbers you don't see anymore. You know, like pound for pound, greatest murderer of all time. I don't care what you say. I don't care if you think it's like, oh, it's the era he was in. Like, no, like that's Those are solid numbers. Everybody on Earth knew somebody he had murdered. Like nobody does that. I was trying to figure out why she liked him so much, because a lot of women in my life love true crime, and I don't get it. So I was talking to her about it, and she said that there's a lot of like very interesting things that she told me about it. But one thing that stuck out was because sometimes I like to learn from him and learn what not to do and how to stay out of danger. And I was like, oh, cool. That's how I watch survival shows. So my life's a little less scary than yours. She might get followed in a parking lot at midnight. That's very likely. I'm never going to be in a plane crash in the Amazon and survive with nothing but a backpack full of rope and a camera crew. Like, that's not going to happen. I've wasted so much time learning so much useless stuff from survival shows. Like, I watched Bear Grylls survive on a glacier. That pushed some information out of my brain. And it's just not, I didn't need man versus wild. I think that's what I'm frustrated with. Like, I spent so much time. I needed like man versus filing tax return. Like, that's what I really needed. You know, I needed man versus airport because they're really big and there's a lot of planes and I'm supposed to get on one. I don't know. That's very scary to me. I don't know about airplanes. If I sleep and I miss my stop, do I wake up somewhere else? Who knows? Bear Grylls didn't teach me that. He taught me how to give myself an enema in the Caribbean Ocean. I know how to do that, but I have no idea the difference between state and federal taxes. But guys, that's all I've got. Thank you so much, and y'all have a great night.
Yeah.
Nathan Owens. That's our 300th comedian on Isolation Comedy Show. Wow. When I was told about Cain and Abel, no, shut up. No, shut up. No, when I was told about Cain and Abel, shut up. No, shut up. Oh, come on. No, shut up. When no, come on. I was just told about Cain and Abel. And yeah, no, the inventor of death. He murdered somebody and invented murder. And that's how it was pitched to me. I was like, he was the first one? That means he invented murder. Huh. Still happening today. It's gonna be a fucking I hope this gets broken because it's not funny anymore. God, you watched a lot of Family Guy, I bet. Hey guys, that's our show, Isolation Comedy Show. Next week we have Tyler Gross and Friends. Comedy Wham presents Tyler Gross and Friends. That's 9:25. I'm pretty sure that's next week. Give it up for Richard Goodwin. He's been behind the scenes. He's been doing all this. Give it up for all the comedians that you've seen today. Give it up for Valerie Lopez, the producer, and Laura Smith. She's so far behind the scenes. Give it up for her. If you don't know, I do post pictures of my ass on Instagram. Dad. That's the end of the show. Bye-bye.